Hey, Dr. Laura Dabney here, talking about no intimacy in a marriage, either from the husband or from the wife's viewpoint. And it either could be verbal or sexual. What to do about it and where does it come from? I want to focus especially on what I hear the most, which is the sort of internal struggle people have with feeling that there's something wrong with them or something wrong with their spouse. This internal sense of am I outside the norm? Is anybody else having this trouble? I don't know how to approach it, or do I approach it again? And these sort of external struggle of what is going on? Is my partner having an affair? Am I should be doing more trips, take more time off work? What to do about it, and as opposed to also the feelings about it all. So I hear both of those, and I want to start by saying we want to cover three things here. Where does it come from, and how does it make men and women different, and then what to do about it. So it's imperative that we understand first and foremost that sexuality develops in different stages of psychological development in men and in women. Okay, so women's sexuality develops at a different stage from men, and therefore there is some proof or some reason why women tend to focus more on verbal intimacy and men tend to focus more on sexual intimacy. So women develop their sexuality in the oral phase of development. That's the very first psychological stage we go through, right? Think about a baby first born, where they're consumed with putting things in their mouths, consuming orally. So and it's all dependent on the sight, smell, sounds that go along with that, right? It's not appealing if it's not perfect, right? Men develop their sexuality in the anal phase of development. That's when babies are focused on elimination, where to eliminate, how to eliminate, the elimination, the relief upon elimination, okay? So that is why women tend to focus more on the setting of sexuality, and men on the sexual act itself. What to do about that? Well, of course, the important thing whenever you're dealing with your significant other is to understand that both are important. Because what do we hear all the time? That women tend to value more the verbal side, is more important to them. Now you know why, but they downplay the sexual act. We've all heard this. All he wants is sex. All he wants is a piece. It's all he cares about, blah, blah, as if there's something wrong with that. And there's not. Men, on the other hand, do the opposite. They tend to value the sexual act and downplay the setting. Now, she wants flowers. She wants to talk more. She wants, to be just right. She wants me to take a shower first, as if that's bad. So if you remember when you were dating, even our culture has adopted this sort of unconsciously, that this is the way it goes, that you would never expect someone just to sleep with you without dating first. And I know there's these exceptions, but the dating process is in our culture that you go out to a nice place, you dress up, you look nice, everything's got to be just so. The setting has to be just so, then it'll increase your chances of having the sexual act. Right? But both men and women tend to fall away from that once they get married. It's like they then start forgetting that that's in place in our culture for a reason. Okay, so the idea also, I also hear that women or men downplay their role. Well, I shouldn't care so much. I shouldn't. I should respect his or her viewpoint more. Okay, no, your idea as an adult, the role or the purpose for you as an adult is to take care of yourself first. That's what being an adult means. You have to support your viewpoint and what you need. However, since you're in an intimate relationship, you also, not instead, also have to respect the viewpoint of your significant other. So if you're unconsciously giving this message that, well, the setting doesn't count or the sexual act doesn't matter, you're saying your significant other doesn't matter. And they're getting that vibe. And just like if you're pushing yourself down, that resentment's going to build. If you don't stand up for what you need, that resentment's going to build, and that's going to be a problem. So of course, the key, as always, is to talk it through about what's important for you while listening very carefully about what's important for him or her, and then coming up with a way that works for both of you. That alone is verbal intimacy. Okay? And then it will help you have more sexual intimacy if that's been lacking. All right. Of course, if you need any help with this or anything else, give us a call here, 757-340-8800.